Austin Forkner, Birmingham. Indy was a massive step forward for you. So do you feel like this was another step? Did we go backwards? Did we stay the same?
Kind of the same as Indy. Like Indy, I had as far as it's kind of like each race, I'm showing something.
Yeah.
Like there's something to take away from it. Indy, I qualified well, so I kind of showed that I still have the speed and that I can, I got a good start at Indy in that main event, even though I got shoved out. It's because I was on the far outside gate. But this here, the one good start I had, so starts weren't great, but the one decent start that I had was the first one, and I was in that the first lap pileup, because I was in like 5th or 6th, and so that was like I guess the farthest up I was that first one, and then I got caught up in that pileup, so that was kind of just a bummer. Other than that, my starts weren't good, and then I was there was a first turn pileup in that last one, and I wasn't in it, but I was stuck behind the guys that were. So I think it's just that I'm thinking too much, because whenever, a couple times throughout the night, I would get passed by somebody, and then I would latch onto them and just go. So it was almost like I need a little, something dangling in front of me to go, and that was just a little bit of my issue tonight. I would get passed by somebody, and then I'd be like, oh, I can go faster, and then I would just latch on and go faster. So it was almost like I'm just thinking too much. I think at the end of the day, I'm just thinking about things too much. And I just need to figure out a way to to turn my brain off and just ride. And because whenever I would turn my brain off, whenever somebody would pass me and I would latch on and I would just be focused about getting them back, I would ride good, So it was kind of, there were flashes of I don't want to say good, but flashes of decent riding tonight. I'm not putting it all together is kind of the main thing, and that's been at every race. I'll have good here, good qualifying, good starts, good whatever, but it's just not putting the whole thing together. So, I think there's a couple things we can be better on the bike. There's definitely things I need to work on myself. So, not a step backwards, I don't think, because the one thing to take away tonight is I felt awesome in the whoops. All 3 mains, the last main, when some guys were jumping, I was blitzing, and I felt great in them. So that's kind of the thing, I guess, to take away tonight. But yeah, just keep grinding, I guess, just keep grinding.
So are you too focused on staying in your comfort zone, maybe, or not leaving the comfort zone, I guess is a better way to put it?
Yeah, I think it is. And that's I'm wanting to not leave that comfort zone so I don't, make a mistake, get sketchy, go down, something like that. Which granted, I mean, I haven't really had very many sketchy moments. I've been pretty. I mean, I'm still here. I'm still at the races. So in a way it's working, but at the same time, it's not result wise. So it's just one of those things where I think it just comes down to I'm thinking about that stuff too much. I just need to not think and just do, because when I just operate based solely on my skill level on a dirt bike and my talent, I'm pretty good. So that it's just I guess a mental block of sorts, and just something that I need to try to figure out, because during the week at the practice track, no problems, but that's part of what separates practicers from racers, and that's never been my problem in the past, but just that's one of the things I'm dealing with right now.
Last thing, when you're riding around battling in 8th, 9th, 10th, is that fun for you, or are you just hating life, thinking you need to be further up, this sucks? Where's your head at in those battles?
I mean, that's I'm around guys, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I'm around guys that I shouldn't be around, and not only that, but I feel like I tighten up even more when I'm around those guys, because I don't know
their tendencies.
Guys ride different with the top 3. Will ride different than 8th through 12th. There's just guys will do, just for example, being backward on the first lap when it's just chaos and everybody's all over, I'm looking over my shoulder a lot. When if you get a top 3 start, you're definitely not looking over your shoulder quite as much. So it's just one of those, I don't know. the guys that I'm riding against will do some off the wall stuff that I'm not ready for, and it's put me on the ground a couple times. So I feel like I tense up even more being back around those guys, because that's not something that being back in the pack is, to be honest, not something that I'm used to like before this year. So that's kind of a new thing, and I feel like I'm just riding too tight around those guys and not pushing through them. I'm getting stuck behind them, and maybe there'll be a gap, and I'm like, I don't know if I should hit that gap. There's just, I'm being I'm falling into their pace too much, because if I can just ride, and once I get around them, then I'm good again. I can put together some good laps, but until I run into the next guy or whatever, and I'm just getting stuck in their pace too much, I think.
Can we do one more question, or have you got to go?
Yeah.
So you need a good start, but you're thinking too much. I'm a big believer that starts come down to belief. Is there an element of maybe you're subconsciously holding yourself back on the start because you're not ready to put yourself in that podium frame and have to go that pace on the first lap because you don't know what that will bring?
You're probably not wrong. That's what I think. It's mainly mental for me right now, because I show speed at times, and I still know how to ride a dirt bike at times, but then I start thinking again, or then, so yeah, that's my sight lap start was great, literally great. I had a not good rut in that last one, but my sight lap start was crazy good. So yeah, you're probably not far off in that analysis there, because it's just a lot of the things I think is just believing and knowing that I can do it, pulling up to the line and knowing that I'm going to come out top 5, top 3, and I'm not pulling up to the line with that mindset. Yeah. So, but I say that it's all just belief, but belief comes from results as well.
It's a vicious circle.
Yeah, it is. It's like everybody's like, oh, just be confident. Just be confident. Well, you don't just pull confident out of the ditch. You don't just pull confidence out of the ditch. Yeah. You build confidence from results. It's like you're not just gonna be 10th and then just all of a sudden show up and be like, you know what, I'm gonna win today. Yeah. You gotta build confidence. So I think that I just need to get some better results. And then obviously the confidence is going to build with better results. So that's what everybody's like, well, it's just belief. It's just belief. I don't think it's only belief, because in order to I guess, grow that belief, grow that confidence, you need results to be able to put the belief in that kind of establish that as the foundation. Yeah. You have to get the results as well. So that's why I kind of am saying that I think that if I just give me a taste, just let me run in the top 5. Let me get a whole shot. Something like that. Just to something to hang my hat on and kind of get that little itch. Just get that little bit of belief back. I think will help. But I've been struggling to put myself in a good enough position to be up there. So yeah, just a little bit of it.